Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share my first look at the Sony PZ 16-35mm f4 G-series lens. Priced at $11.99, this will start shipping towards the end of June of this year, 2022. I'll include a link in the description for those of you interested in picking one up, and I already have. That's how excited about this lens I am. Now, this is a loaner unit from Sony that just arrived, but I ordered mine as soon as this was announced because this to me represents the possibility of an ideal, I won't say perfect, wide-angle power zoom lens that should have phenomenal autofocus capability with the new XD linear motors that are employed in here. They're actually, it's the first time they're being used in any lens, so that's already impressive. Lightweight at 12.5 ounces, so roughly 350 some odd grams, making it half the weight of its GM alternative. Granted, it's f4 as opposed to the faster f2.8, but regardless, you will not find anything this size and as feature-rich if you care about the power zoom. So build quality on here is excellent. No surprise, design language also sharp as expected from a G-series lens. Essentially 3 rings on board. You've got focus or zoom, focus, and then of course aperture. You have your power zoom control right here, but you can also use, of course, cameras like the FX3 that I'm recording this on to control the power zoom, and remotely you can use devices like the Bluetooth commander, the control rather, the Bluetooth grip, and then any other wireless product that Sony incorporates, as well as third-party manufacturers in many cases that can control the zoom. We have a customizable button, an autofocus switch, then we have the click switch, and that's what will permit you to essentially go from smooth rotation of the aperture ring to steps so that you know where you are. So really a matter of whether you're shooting still or video, nothing new. Then we have an iris lock switch that will not lock the aperture in place, but will lock you in the particular mode that you're in. So right now we're in manual, and that's locking us out of auto. If you unlock it, you can step into auto. If we lock it, you're now locked in auto. Hopefully that makes sense. Pretty straightforward. Go ahead and get rid of that. But overall, build quality looks great, and the size, I mean, that's what this is really all about. Now, if it was the most compact power zoom wide-angle lens ever made, but the quality wasn't anything to talk about, this would not be anything to talk about. But from what I've seen, it is sharp. And again, from a video perspective, this is kind of like a baby cinema lens, if you will. Because that's what I feel like it tries to pull off by delivering this power zoom. It's something that I know I'll use here on the channel. I'll be testing it primarily with the Sony a7 IV, simply because I think it is one of the best sweet spots when it comes to price to performance on the marketplace. It's Sony's latest and greatest in that arena, and I think it's a good pairing. I do still have, of course, this is a loaner, but my a7R4, a7R2, and most importantly, the FX3 I'm filming on now, and that will be another camera that I will be testing this on. After all, that is what I will be primarily using with this lens. But the beauty of this lens is that while I plan to use it a ton here in the studio for work, I could see myself possibly even incorporating a second one if quality is where I hope it will be, because it's just such a versatile tool because of that weight to performance ratio, along with, again, the aggressive price. Because if you want to shoot on gimbals, possibly use it in drone applications, again, nothing is going to touch this, I anticipate, because of its form factor, especially if quality comes through. And everything points to that it does. As mentioned, the XD linear motors, along with the fact that there is really no 16-35 option to compare this to. So let's talk about that for a moment. But of course, until I use this, we can't go into anything at length or in depth. But the Sony or Sony Zeiss lens that is an oldie but goodie, f4, 16-35, probably the most comparable in terms of feature set, does have stabilization, optical steady shot, no stabilization in this little, what I hope to be, dynamo. But this is still a great lens. However, if this does perform as expected, this lens I will probably sell since I've already ordered this because there's just an overlap. This is what promises to be a better hybrid when it comes to video performance. Again, better autofocus and power zoom. And that doesn't mean we're compromising anything on the still side. So that's what's so exciting about it. And this is really where my love for what Sony was doing in mirrorless really began. It was phenomenal performance without having to carry around heavy gear. Now, as Sony matured, as they took on the entire camera world and became essentially the most coveted, forget, number one manufacturer out there, what happened through that process was that cameras inherently got larger, full-frame lenses got incredibly large, and that's just, part of the growing process. Now I like this focus back to giving us what hopefully should be excellent quality, but in a size unlike any other manufacturer out there. So we're going to see. I'm very positive about this. I'm bullish because I know Sony has been hitting it out of the park lately with glass, and I don't think this is going to be an exception. And at $1,200 US, I already bought one, so if it's anywhere near as good as I expect for both still and video work, this is going to be just a fantastic experience. And it doesn't hurt that it's easy on the eyes. As I've mentioned, clean design language is perfect for your Sony camera of choice. Doesn't matter whether it's the A7 IV we have here, the FX3, it's going to look its part, which is never a bad thing. It's not about what a lens looks like, but when you got great build quality and really nice design language, it all just brings together the whole package. And then most importantly, the results. So we'll see what the stills are like. We'll see what the video is like and how well that power zoom performs, both on body using the switch on the lens, as well as my FX3 zoom rocker. And remember, with clear image zoom, you're going to top out at a little over 50 some odd millimeters. So really versatile as a walk-around lens for the average enthusiast and hobbyist. And that's what I love about glass like this. It's priced for everyone and really has a feature set for everyone too. I know even just traveling, this is going to be ideal for me. I've got some back problems that I've been dealing with for the last year. It's been rough, and reducing weight without reducing quality is what I am after when it comes to brand new gear like this. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe and please stay safe. Later.